Good morning and welcome back. Mr. Parker here live for today's episode of Homeschool Psychology, the talk show. And we have a fantastic show for you today. We have musical guest, the mysterious Sodven. And we have an awesome special guest today. We have Corey Mays, a former pro football player, currently an angel investor and public speaker. I can't wait to hear what he has to say about our topic, which is managing expectations. Today's episode is all about how to keep calm when things don't go your way. Like we're going to hear from Corey, nothing is guaranteed. Not too many things are given to you. So we have to be able to manage our expectations and keep calm even when things don't go exactly as how we plan them. Because if they did go exactly how we planned them, life would be pretty boring. So let's bring in Corey and let's talk a little bit about what happens when life decides to stay interesting and mix things up a little bit. Corey, welcome to the show.
What's up, Adam? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I can't complain.
Awesome.
I can't complain.
So, Corey, I gave him a little bit of background on you. I said you played a little bit of football in your day. You did a little bit of public speaking. Tell us about who you are, where you came from, and where you are now.
Well, I'm Corey Mays. I'm from the south side of Chicago. I am now an angel investor, entrepreneur, public speaker, and I love mentoring and volunteering and giving back. So that's me in a nutshell.
Wonderful. What got you into that?
Really, just transitioning from the sports world into the business world. I, just participated in a lot of events and school programs in the all season while I played, and just really turned me on to business and all the possibilities surrounding it, and really just being able to help other entrepreneurs reach their dream.
Wonderful. So, Corey, our episode is all about managing expectations, keeping calm. I'm going to go out on a limb here and guess not everything went your way exactly how you thought it would.
No, not at all. Life hands you humble pie. And I feel like even to this day, I'm in a humble pie eating contest every week. And, as you go through more situations, as you face more things, every day, every week, you learn that, hey, I can't get too high and I can't get too low. So I have to learn how to, we said, manage expectations. Nothing is guaranteed in life, and you can't walk around feeling entitled. So I think going along with that is getting control of your emotions. So when things don't go your way, it's like, okay, let me take a breath and reflect on that for a second and just calm down before I react. And a lot of things, there's too many reactions. And I learned that really in business coming out of sports. In sports, I can be a linebacker, I can react, I can play, with passion. But, once you get into a boardroom or you're in a business meeting, I can't blitz on 4th and 1 because the person across from the table is doing something that I don't like, So it's learning how to really just reflect in and say, all right, cool. Like, I have to approach this situation differently than what my emotions tell me to do.
So when you were playing football, you got to be really reactive, maybe be physical, maybe not always use your thinking brain, more of your reaction brain.
Yes.
And so now in business, like you said, you probably can't jump across the table and tackle somebody. So
no, they'll take you to jail.
Right. So how do you do it? I mean, if I see something I want, how do I restrain myself from taking it like a candy bar maybe or something like that?
Well, I think, first of all, somebody needs to tell you, don't do that. But you know what? It's about self-discipline. And a lot of things in life, it's just how society kind of works out. If you just sit down, sometimes I just sit down in a downtown area and I just watch people, probably more pre-COVID, watch people kind of come and go. And it's amazing the amount of rules people follow and the amount of discipline people have to have every day to make life function. Like you have to stop at the red light, or you have to stop at the no walking sign. It's just those little things that make society work, and all together like a clock. Everyone has to do their part. So I think it's self-discipline at the end of the day. uh, and it's something you work on every day. It's not something that just happens overnight. Maybe naturally for some people, but I know that it's whatever you want. It's something that you constantly have to work on every day.
So to learn to control myself and to manage expectations, it doesn't just happen overnight. I need to
No,
practice.
no, 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 no. No, not at all. Because we have goals, and you make vision boards, or you have your dreams, and I want it to happen now, especially now in this culture that we have, social media, and everything is, the Amazons. I mean, you can get things overnight or same day, and that's just not how the nature of life happens. It doesn't happen that way. And I think a lot of people get misled by social media, and they see a lot of images or videos that are very misleading. And I think that's eventually I think that will catch up, and maybe in the school curriculum of that psychology of like, this isn't real, this is fake, but everything is so new. You think about in the last decade how all these new companies started out of nowhere.
Yeah. So Corey, tell me, like, I want something right away. I have to work at it. What if I make a mistake? Should I be like really mad at myself? Should I give up? What do I do when I make a mistake?
No, mistakes happen. Mistakes are a part of life. There are obstacles. I make them all the time. And I am a person that I'm very critical of myself, and I've had to learn over the years that, look, you're a human being just like everybody else. You're not perfect. So just pick yourself back up and go back in. Mistakes are gonna happen. Like, did the world end? I have to ask myself, did the world end? No, the world didn't end. All right, just start back over and let's go.
Perfect. So I was just going to ask you, like, on your outlook on life, are you more optimistic or pessimistic? And when I just heard you say, well, did the world end? No, so it must be better than that. That tells me you're pretty optimistic.
I'm very optimistic, but I'm also realistic too. So I have to approach situations. Um, it's kind of back and forth, right? Because sometimes I'm heading the clouds, like it's gonna work out, it's gonna be good, and I feel like I'm always saying that to other people. I'm always way more positive to others, and making sure that they know that you don't have to get down in the dumps about this. That sun is going to come out tomorrow, and so you have another day. Hopefully you have another day to get right, and make things better.
Great. So even when things are going their best, having this realistic mindset of there's a chance they could turn, they probably will, and how are we going to handle that? And I think the really important one you said is when things are going terrible, which sometimes they do, to not just give up and not just say, that's it, this is the worst time ever, I'll never get better.
Yeah, I think it's also perspective too, right? So, what is the definition of terrible, or what is the definition of bad? Like, someone's terrible might be, they weren't able to get their coffee in the morning, or someone else's terrible is, uh, you know, I don't have money to get food to eat for the day. So a lot of times, again, that's about managing expectations. That's about perspective of understanding that, like, there's certain definitions that we really need to reflect on and really ask ourselves, is this even a situation that warrants a certain type of reaction? So I think that's one of those things as well that we have to work on when we talk about keeping calm. Like, is this even a situation that even exists right now? Or is this just something in my head that I'm creating? Because sometimes we just create our own problems, it's our darn own ego.
I love that, Corey. I was telling some students the other day, a couple of years ago, I was driving and my battery died. And I was like, oh my gosh, my battery died. And then I got out and it started raining. And oh my gosh, it's raining. And then a car splashed me. And I just started laughing because I thought this is the worst day ever. But then I put it into perspective. I said, some people don't have a car. At least the car that splashed me didn't run over my foot. And really just taking a step back and saying, is this the biggest problem in the world or
Yeah.
a really small problem?
Yeah, I think in one of the exercises that I do is starting the day of gratitude, right? I start the day off and I just write down all the things that, or I'm thinking when I wake up, oh man, my fingers are moving, my toes are moving, I have a bed to lay on, I look up, there's the roof is still there, or the floor is still there, or the walls are still up, like, or I got food, there's so many things to think about and try to be grateful for every day. And it kind of begins to block out these other things. I mean, you have to think about how many of the thousands of things, maybe millions of things that go right every day, for you. You got up, your left foot was in front of your right foot, your right foot's in front of your left foot. And then we have all these things happen around us that go right. And then one thing goes, the way we didn't expect it. And then all of a sudden it throws us off. And that's why it's like having that gratitude for wait a minute. We had all these other things go right. So this isn't that big of a deal.
I love that tool. There are millions of things that are going awesome, and we take them for granted when one bird poops on our car, right?
Yeah. But the car turned on and you're able to drive it. So it's like, it's
right. And I get a workout in cleaning it. There's so many positive ways to look at it.
Bam, there you go.
Corey, thank you for spreading that positive mindset here. That's exactly what we were looking for to hear today. It's so great to hear how you manage expectations. You, a successful ex-pro football player, current angel investor, current public speaker, you still have things come up that challenge your positive mindset sometimes.
Oh, every day. And again, that's why I have to start that day with that gratitude, because you can easily forget, we're all human beings. We all have emotions, but we can't let our emotions get the best of us. And it's like I try to tell kids when I'm mentoring that, don't let your emotions speak for you. Let your passion speak for you, but don't let your emotions speak for you, because it's hard for anyone to hear you when you're just shouting and you're enraged or you're angry. I can't understand you, and then it also turns people like, wait a minute, or they'll call you crazy or whatever the case may be. So just making sure you're in check of those things as often as possible. And again, we're all human beings, so it will get the best of us. But when you notice that you go off, fly off the handle, is being able to apologize and or acknowledge that, and I think that's important too, is having that self accountability.
I love that. And Corey, I just want to make sure for everybody at home, are we allowed to feel angry and upset and all those emotions, Corey?
Oh, absolutely. You should always be in tune with what you're feeling, right? Don't take that away from yourself, or don't try to bury things down. And if you're feeling, a lot of those emotions, it's okay to talk through it, or to find somebody to talk through it with. And I think that's important too, is don't just sweep things under the rug or push things down, as I've often done in the past, and just being vulnerable. And, like that doesn't help you. You can try to push it away and sweep it away, but it will eventually come back to you in some form or another. And you're wondering why you're angry or, you're sad or depressed because you didn't deal with something earlier on. So, it's okay to talk through things, but it's also okay to figure out whether this is something worth feeling bad over. So it's a thin line, and it's a more complex answer to that. But it's okay to feel a certain way, but it's just figuring out in the long run, does this serve you?
I love that. Okay. So Corey's wise words are, we can have all these feelings, know what they feel like in your body, and then have that conversation with yourself and with other people of, is it really the biggest deal in the world? Should I be screaming at my TV because my favorite sports team lost? Or should I go, maybe they'll win next week, or maybe they had a good time and that's cool?
Yeah, as long as you get over it, right?
Corey, this has been so wonderful. Thank you so much for being here today with us.
Thank you for having this platform. I think this is amazing.
And Corey, if you have any ways that people can get a hold of you or see the work you're doing, we're going to have it in our little bottom comment section, okay?
Okay. Cool.
Right.
So do I point this way or down that way?
It's
Or,
down.
just look
I think it's
yeah,
down.
just look down.
Yeah.
Look down.
Right there. Yeah, there it is. Corey, thank you again. I'm sure we'll speak with you soon.
Absolutely, man. You guys enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you.
All to all the subscribers, stay calm. Stay calm.
Thank you, Corey.
All right. Take care.
Wow. Corey Mays, ex-football player, public speaker, just telling us all about how to stay calm and have a positive mindset, even when things don't go our way. So nice to have Corey on the show and hear all about that. Our next segment is our weather segment. And who better to do our weather segment than Teddy and Pocky? What do you guys got?
Live from Lodge Park. It's nice.
Thanks, guys. So wonderful. Always so wonderful. Coming up next is our kids section. And today in our kids section, we have Bree playing a nice melody on the piano. Let's see what you got. Awesome job. Coming up next is our musical guest doing something a little different for us this time. We have Sodven and just some calming scenes and Sodven's music playing in the background. I hope you enjoy this.
What do I believe in? I don't think I know anymore. Tell me there's a reason. Was there ever anything more? Have I been afraid to find what I've been looking for? It's all a state of mind. taken me so long to realize it's all a state of mind. How did he know that everything was broken by design? How beautiful. It's taken me so long to realize it's all a state of mind. It's all a state of mind. It's all a state of mind.
That was so calming. I feel better already. Well, that's our show. It was all about managing expectations, keeping calm when things don't go our way, and having a positive mindset. Because guess what? We're going to make mistakes. Things are not going to go as we plan them, and that's okay. Like Corey said, you can act with your passions, but don't act with your emotions in the moment. Think about why you're feeling the way that you feel. Take some deep breaths and really put that problem into perspective. Is this the biggest deal in the whole world, or are there a ton of things that I should be grateful for that I'm taking for granted? I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!